Hi guys, welcome to Twin Perspective. I'm Joe, and tonight I'm going to be breaking down my top 5 greatest albums by Talking Heads. Now, these are just my favorites. This is just my opinion, but if you're a fan of Talking Heads, then I'll explain to you why I have everything where I do, and hopefully you can see where I'm coming from. Uh, I'm a really big fan of David Byrne, so his solo careers is one that I'm invested in. And Talking Heads as a whole, I think, is a great band. They are probably in my top 50. And this is how I rank their albums. So here we go. At number 5, I'm going with the self-titled album, Talking Heads, 77, 1977. This album featured Uh-Oh, Love Comes to Town, New Feeling, Happy Day, No Compassion, Don't Worry About the Government, and the eternal classic Psycho Killer. This is a classic album for the band, and if anyone wants to rank this one number one, I completely understand. A later reissue included the songs Love, Building on Fire, I Wish You Wouldn't Say That, I Feel It in My Heart, and Sugar on My Tongue. And that recording is from 1975, from what I understand. So I've always really liked that song, and it's kind of like in my mind the first Talking Heads song, and then I'm glad that this reissue included it in their first album. All in all, good album. At number 4, I'm going with Stop Making Sense. From 1984, this is, now there's the album from Talking Heads, and the one I've seen has 9 songs on it, but there's also the soundtrack from the, concert film / documentary, whatever, directed by Jonathan Demme. And in the film and on this new edition soundtrack, there are 16 songs. And so that's the one that I would encourage anyone to grab if they're going to grab it. And the band sounds great. And I think they even do Genius of Love by the Tom Tom Club. So all in all, good album. It's a highly regarded concert film. I can understand why anybody would have this at number 1 as well. This tour was for Speaking in Tongues. And speaking of Speaking in Tongues, at number 3 from 1983, I'm going with Speaking in Tongues. That's the album that features the big single in America, Burning Down the House. Talking Heads was, an alternative band until Burning Down the House, and then they became part of the radio play, and that's when the band kind of took off here in America. Stop Making Sense was a pretty big hit here too, and yeah, I completely remember those live performances. They released videos on MTV for it. So Speaking in Tongues, besides Burning Down the House, also has Making Flippy Floppy. It has Girlfriend Is Better, and that's classic. I mean, to watch them play that live on Stop Making Sense is it's pretty brilliant. It's pretty great. Girlfriend Is Better. Slippery People. Speaking in Tongues also has I Get Wild, Wild Gravity. It also has Swamp. and it has This Must Be the Place, Naive Melody, and I get that naive melody stuck in my head quite a bit. Just naturally comes. I'll be working, and all of a sudden, beautiful stuff. Love Speaking in Tongues. At number 2, I'm going with Naked from 1988. This album featured Blind and Mr. Jones, which are two of their classics. And what I really like about this album is Johnny Marr from the Smiths got to play on it. He played on 4 tracks, including Ruby Deer, Mommy, Daddy, You and I, Cool Waters, and Nothing But Flowers. I absolutely love that song. It's in my top 3 favorite by Talking Heads. Nothing But Flowers is a perfect song. A later reissue of Naked featured the song Saxon Violins, and I think that song is one of their best as well. Saxon Violins was recorded around the same time as Naked. It was used in a movie, Until the End of the World. And this reissue included Saxon Violins, and I love that song so much I have to include it. Another song that came out of the Naked recording sessions is a song called Lifetime Piling Up, which they did not put on the album. And I must say, Lifetime Piling Up is one of my favorite songs they've ever done. Without a doubt. Bar none. The song is great. You can put that damn thing on repeat for me. Love it. Love it. Naked at number 2. Which leaves my number 1. And if you know me and know my love for movies, you know that I'm a big fan of True Stories. And that's the one I have right here at number 1. True Stories from 1986. You know, this album exists on a couple of planes. If you watch the movie, you have actors singing these songs, and it's glorious and a great musical. And then you have the album, which, you know, Talking Heads, knocking it out of the park. This album includes Love for Sale, which is great. Puzzle and Evidence. Now we're preaching. Hey Now. That one kind of reminds me of Road to Nowhere for just a bit. Papa Legba, which is that's preaching on a whole other level. The huge, massive American hit Wild Wild Life, and the video, very popular on MTV, was just a segment of the movie. Radiohead, which I absolutely love. I'm picking up something good. That's where the band Radiohead got their name from when they were forced to change it. Another song on True Stories that I love is Dream Operator. It's pretty cheesy, and I love it. I love the version on the movie so much, almost more than this one, but, you know, Talking Heads are great. People Like Us, a country song, they did great, and John Goodman's performance in the movie, I think I like it better than this version as well. And it also includes my favorite song that they've ever done, next to Nothing But Flowers. I also have to say City of Dreams. That's probably my favorite one they've done. So all in all, I have a love affair with True Stories. I'm going to keep it at number 1 for now. Hope you guys see where I'm coming from. I'm Joe. This has been Twin Perspective. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to Rosenfield 10 for more videos like this. And I'll see you in the trees. Bye.